to meditate. It is Thursday, April 3rd. The country is reeling from what appears to be an imminent, we'll just say it, an imminent Great Depression. That's just how we're going to put it. Hang on a second. I don't want to hide Sadhguru. There. We need his energy. So, here we are. It's Thursday. We always meditate on Thursdays. Hello, hello. I look good in blue. Oh, thank you. That's because it's a democracy color. Let me know how you're doing. We spend a few moments chatting with one another before we get into our meditation. So, let's do that. How are you all feeling? Bring the angel in. It's one or the other. You need another off the ledge because Dr. Oz was just put in charge of Medicaid and Medicare. We need to throw the whole bunch out. I mean, let's just simplify the entire thing. They need to be overthrown. Let's just Warren saying delighted that me and Kathy got together today. I hope that was a good show. I like to watch it afterwards, but I didn't have time. I had an appointment. Let's just get really clear. The solution to this problem is to overthrow them, not to wait until the next election. The solution to this huge problem is, let's all say it all together. Let's say it all together. The solution to this problem that didn't have to exist is to overthrow them. He's illegitimately in the White House to begin with. All right? So if we can just bring our minds to a place of this is unsustainable, it's unreasonable to say the very least. Everyone gets destroyed under this regime. We are a democracy. And the solution to this problem, let's not complicate things, because I think we get tempted as humans to like hyper analyze every little single thing and look at all the different angles. I mean, I think we all do that. But if we're just very clear and succinct, what needs to happen is they need to be overthrown. And I'm not talking about violence. I'm talking about they're illegitimate. So we need to legitimately overthrow them. And so on Thursday nights, we get together to visualize that happening. What I find myself really thinking about that was a major, I would say a 70% contributor to where we are right now, what I would say from my perspective, and I think you all would agree with me, is that the mainstream media never covered the best president in modern American history. They never talked about the best president in modern American history who came in 2020 and turned this country around from a potential total dissolution and put us back on track for democracy. The Biden administration had more achievements and major wins than we could even list if we looked into it a little bit. And under the Biden administration, we were cranking. The United States of America's economy was the envy of the world. We had it over every single country in the world in dealing with COVID and turning the economy around, and our economy was booming. The job numbers were through the roof. The stock market was climbing up and up and up, breaking records all the entire time. We got out of the pandemic. 70% of the reason, from my perspective, that we are where we are is because mainstream media kept chasing the shiny object, the orange, ugly, shiny object. And because they were getting better ratings, siding with somebody who's certifiably insane and is the actual person who suffers from dementia and being a malignant narcissist sociopath, they focused on Trump. For how many years? We're going on 10 years now. So we never got Joe Biden covered. We never got the truth as a nation. And those of us who are seeking the truth, like all of us here, those of us that were seeking the truth knew what was going on. But you could just tell. It's like when somebody gains weight and their pants are too tight, they know they've gained weight. I mean, if they've lost weight, their pants are loose, so they know they've lost weight. We could tell even if we weren't watching, because we could see all around us the conditions that things were okay. For most Americans, things were okay. Generally, we were coming back from a pandemic. And now, I remember, I'm just going to tell you about a bumper sticker that I saw about 3 years ago when I was taking a walk. And I saw a bumper sticker that said this, and I talked about it at the time: disassemble the government. And there was a guy sitting in the driver's seat, and the vehicle was parked, and his hand was hanging out the window with a cigarette. And I was just taking a walk, and I saw the bumper sticker said, disassemble the government. And I kind of walked by, and then I turned around and I said, we need our government. But that's the kind of BS that was being spouted out there. Oh, let's just throw out the entire government. And in Project 2025, there's not one facet of the federal government that was left untouched in that plan, which is why Dumpy tried to disassociate himself from it. That's why he said, oh no, I don't know anything about it. Honestly. So tell me how you guys feel. Because, I mean, this is not, I'm not going to be in this big, like, told you so, because it's not a happy moment. But damn, is it frustrating when you've spent, you and I, everybody that you know that's pro-democracy, that has been an activist, we wouldn't shut up about how dangerous the orange buffoon clearly was. In a global pandemic where people were dropping like flies all around us. God forbid, you know, I hope that none of you lost somebody dear to you, but it's the statistics say, yeah, you did. And he didn't care. The thing he cared about was his ratings when people were dying. So let's just be in the consciousness that it's really important that we do everything that we possibly can. Because this is a person, and I know, because when I read it, you're calling your representative screaming, good, you're good, I do that too. Because when I read on this orange menace monster, I'm going to tell you what I get. He's enjoying inflicting pain and panic around the entire world. he is enjoying it because he's got the attention of the entire world, maybe even the poor penguins that he's going to put tariffs on. So, we're together to meditate. We're about 4.5 minutes till we meditate. So if you need to say something, if you also need to vent, let's vent, but let's really keep people motivated. If you saw the show this afternoon, Kathy Beale and I were talking about Neptune having gone into the sign of Aries, which is way different from where it was. It was in Pisces. We talked about that, and we talked about the kind of the aftermath of the solar eclipse that happened at the end of last month. The solar eclipse in Aries. This is a time to not curl up on the couch and give up, because that we do that at our peril. Please hit the thumbs up before we go into the meditation. Okay? This is not the time to think, oh, they'll handle it, because who's they? They is us. We need to stop. We need to stop them. We need to overthrow them. What are you writing up here? Michael, I'm not, I mean, I know what you're writing up there, like the plans for the military. Let's not go down that road in our minds. Because I'm going to tell you something, and it's this, about what they know about the way the mind works. I mean, I know I talk about it all the time, but it's factual and it's scientific. They know, today's Jane Goodall's birthday, nice. They know that when they get enough people to think about those horrible things that they're about to do, that gives it energy and it makes it more likely to happen. Okay? So when you think about Greenland, think about, we're not invading Greenland. When you think about this stupid administration that is really only a clown show, an evil clown show. Yes, thank you. Thank you, Maria. The military will protect we, the people in the USA. Don't put your energy towards that, because it does make it more likely to happen. If you put your energy into that, even if, especially if you worry about it. So we're not going to be thinking about bombing Iran, and we're not going to be thinking about invading Greenland. And I'm just offering you this because I'm invested in helping us to train our brains to go in the right direction. We need to overthrow this fascist regime, period. Okay, so we have just about a minute and a half. I want to thank you for being here. It is a big deal, and thank you for hitting the thumbs up. Thank you for sharing this meditation that we do every Thursday night. Yeah, send positive light and energy to Greenland and Iran. I was watching a documentary about that had Greenland in it. What a beautiful, beautiful, natural, pristine, what an incredible area that is, Greenland. So when we think about it, we're thinking about it not, this insanity not continuing. All right, and we're not invading Canada, okay? There are too many of us working too hard, and that means on an energetic level, to allow that to happen. Yeah, yes, remember the marathon speech of Corey? He anchored the light in the Capitol. Let's work with it, okay? Yeah, coming on tonight is helpful. That's why I do it. Thanks, Maria, and thank you for being here. We have about a half of a minute before we're going right into the meditation. So, make sure, most people are seeing the craziness. What we're in right now is the waking up of the rest of the population. So let's just leave that there. Okay. Make sure you're in a comfortable place where you won't be interrupted. We have about 10 seconds. I'm counting down to meditation time. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Close your eyes. Make sure you're in a comfortable spot. Make sure you will not be interrupted during this time. It's really important. So just take a moment if you need to and make sure your pets are all set. And they won't be interrupting you. I know a lot of people have cats that climb all over them during the meditation. And dogs too. Take a deep breath in. Hold it, and a longer breath out. We call upon our angels and our guides and beings of light, the avatars, enlightened masters in the spiritual realm, and all those who have fought for democracy throughout this 249-year history of American democracy. We call upon our ancestors and our elders to be with us as we come together in the light and the spirit of community, of virtual community, recognizing we are all energetically connected to one another, and recognizing that we have been assigned with the work that needs to be done during this time in history, not only to save the country of the United States of America, but to save this planet. And take a deep breath in again and hold it, and a longer breath out. Imagine there's a ball of light about 5 feet above the top of your head, just like the sun shining light down upon your entire body. Imagine you can feel the heat from these rays of light, lukewarm, soft, and soothing, and energizing. Feel the rays of light on your skin, and feel this beautiful light moving into your pores and into your body, filling you with peace. Imagine this infinite light flowing down, shooting rays of light onto your body, moving into your body, filling your entire being with calm and peace. Take another deep breath in and hold it, and a longer breath out. And say to yourself, I can easily access peace. And feel your body relaxing as you remind yourself, I can easily access my own inner peace. Feel the light shining down upon you, permeating your entire being. I am accessing deep, divine peacefulness. Another deep breath in and hold it, and a longer breath out. I am accessing divine peace within me and around me. I am peaceful. Feel the light shining down upon you and within you till your entire being is filled with light and shining with brilliant white light. And say to yourself, I am downloading the peace that the enlightened masters who have walked the earth and those who are walking the earth now, I am downloading the peace of the enlightened masters easily. I feel my entire body relaxing and surrendering and allowing the peacefulness to be who I am. And I release any and all ideas that I need to be tense. I release any and all ideas that things can only happen if I'm nervous and worried and frightened. I find a relaxed center within me that can act in a responsible way to anything that happens. I put faith and trust in myself and the divine intelligence to know what to do when it needs to be done, and the rest of the time I am peaceful. And I am peaceful when I'm doing the things that need to be tended to, and I release any idea whatsoever, conscious and or unconscious or both, that I have to be freaked out. I release right now my need to be freaked out. I release right now any tendency towards worry and fear. I surrender to the light that's omnipresent, that's within me and around me. I surrender to the love that surpasses all understanding. I surrender to the peace that surpasses all understanding. I am a powerful being of light. My thoughts are bright. And just focus your attention on the sensation of the breath moving in and out now. As you feel a shift in your energy system, where all that is present is peacefulness, and feeling safe and protected. All is well. And now begin to imagine people in our country that can use this peace. And you're intending that they have this peace also does not take away from the peace that you've generated within yourself. As you send the intention to others to be peaceful, you feel even more peaceful. So giving the peace to other people increases the peace within you. So let us bring to mind, we don't have to know them personally, anybody that you can think of. You can imagine the people on a stage, on a platform, that are working for the good. Imagine them before you, standing on a platform together, people that have been working hard for our democracy, even those behind the scenes that we may not even know about, and send your peaceful vibration into their spirit. It's just like praying for good to happen for somebody. Just send them good, peaceful energy. Put all the people, all the strong Democrats that have been working so hard for us, all the ones that you can think of, on that platform that you're visualizing, on that stage, and you're sending them a sense of divine empowerment, divine protection, divine right order, and infinite peace. And those who have had trouble sleeping, for all the burdens that they have on their shoulders, all the worry for their constituents, send them the energy of peace, of restorative sleep, and a sense that we're all in this together and we will defeat evil. We are defeating evil. We're making headway. We're winning. Love is winning. Our goodness is winning. Democracy is winning. And imagine yourself filling up this platform, this stage with incredible light. And now imagine that all of these people that you've thought about that are working in our government are turning and walking towards the Capitol building. And as they do, you're watching from where you are. They're walking into the Capitol building, and you see a huge glowing light around all of them. And they're walking into the Capitol building, and it's flooded with beautiful light. It's a corrective light. It's a balancing and harmonizing light. It's a light that's dissolving all the evil, all the dark vibrations, raising the energy of the building to such a height that those who have been working for evil can no longer feel comfortable there. And imagine the people working so hard to save our democracy getting it done. The only people in the room are those who are here to do the job, divinely guided and divinely inspired. And know that it is done and the light has been installed there in that Capitol building. And turn your attention now as the light continues to do the work. Even when you turn your attention somewhere else, it continues from this point forward. And you can turn your focus now to the White House, imagining all the people that you feel belong in that White House. Imagine Kamala Harris in her rightful place, where she has won the election that was rigged. The circumstances have changed in such a way that the right person is in the White House. Imagine her standing in front of the White House, Vice President Tim Walz standing in front of the White House. Imagine that there is a huge sun over the White House, shining beams of light into the White House. And just as if you turn the light on in the dark room and the bugs scattered, this light goes into the White House, and all the evil that has been in the walls of this building scurries out, never to be seen and heard from again. The light is blasting into the White House. A path of light is made like a carpet, and Kamala Harris is walking into the White House with Tim Walz, with others in the administration that are working for the highest good of all, that are qualified, that are intelligent, that are wonderful people, defenders of democracy, that are here who have been born to do the job. And as we feel this scene unfolding, goodness, love, caring, and kindness have entered into our government. The evil has been slain and destroyed. And now imagine that there's a flood of light that's coming out of the White House, connecting it to the Capitol building, and connecting it with a stream of light into the Pentagon building, and a huge ball of light above the Pentagon building blasts the Pentagon with so much light, and all those who have been working for the enemy scatter, run out of the building by this very powerful high frequency light. They're out. And all those who have been fired are walking back into the Pentagon, and you feel their dedication, and you feel their commitment, and you feel their revved up loyalty and sense of purpose and desire to do the job of protecting our nation. Feel this white light in the Pentagon, all those who have been fired back in their positions, all those evildoers who have been working for the enemy have been pushed out by the light, kicked to the curb. They can no longer enter in. And there is a light, a huge beam of light, connecting the Pentagon to the Capitol and to the White House. And now you see the entirety of our government buildings all bathed in a beautiful light. And you're watching the light streaming out of the buildings in awe of its beauty. This divine light has healed our government. And know that this continues as though on a time release. It never weakens, it only strengthens. And we're open to seeing the miracles and expecting the miracles to occur, saving our democracy because we were involved physically and energetically in saving it. Now relax your focus and bring your attention to the gentle sensation of the breath moving in and out, filling yourself with a sense of assuredness that it is done, that it is good. And you can make a promise to yourself that when you get distracted, that you'll bring your focus back to this meditation and what occurred here that continues to do its work from now on. And I'll count up from 5 to 1 to bring you to an awakened state, but feel free to continue the meditation after I count to 1 if you are so inclined. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Open your eyes if you want to stop meditating, or you can continue to meditate.